Hey, it's Charlie. So recently I went to a bar and I saw a fine lady. I had my cowboy hat on. She had her hat on. She said that she thought cowboys with hats were sexy. Then she asked me if I was bald. And I took off my hat and I said, yeah, my type of woman. Then she took off her hat and she was bald. Hey, why do cowboys always get fired from their jobs? 'Cause they're horsing around? Hey, it's Charlie. So recently, I got pulled over in my truck, right? And I had my pig, Donald, with me. Officer pulled me over and said, do you know why I pulled you over? And I said to him, you don't like pigs? And then he said to me, let me see your license. And let me see what's your insurance? And I said, it's State Farm. And then he said I was going too slow, right? I was going 45 and a 55. And then I said, well, wait a minute. If I would have gone 55, you give me a ticket for going too fast, right? Anyway, he ran my license, he said. And I was like, hey, you better give me that back in one piece. And then finally he rolled his eyes and then said, drive faster, country boy. Hey, it's Charlie. So recently I was out and about in town and this fella came up to me and said, hey, what do you think about what's happening in the Middle East? And I said to him, sir, I don't know what happens east of Chicago. That's not my territory out there, right? And he explained to me about the world events. And I was like, oh, my Lord, it's horrible what happened and everything. But he was saying that they need a ceasefire. And I was like, ceasefire? That does make sense. But I said to myself, hey, you know what? This all could be avoided if they just release the hostages. Hey, it's Charlie. So why are cowboy hats rolled on the side, right? I can tell you, it's so that you can get 3 in front of the truck. It's Charlie. So I had to go to one of the big box stores. Why they call them big box stores, I don't know. But they got small boxes. Anyway, I got my pitchfork and went over there to a real person because they got them checkout places with all them funny laser guns and everything like that. Ain't like that. Real person told me, hey, Charlie, you know what? Join the rewards club and you can get a half price off this, right? Also, too, they were saying, hey, you can get a credit card. I'm so, stop. I don't want a credit card. And then they said, hey, with this rewards, we give you a little scanner button and everything. And you get mailers and all this stuff. Next thing you know, I felt like that poor woman was interrogating me for all this information. I said, hey, you know what? I'll pay full price.